Good morning guys, and welcome back. The compact needs to come back in onto the ramp. My exhaust is jingling a little bit on the back. It's just the bracket is loose, so I need to sort that out. And also I think I'll fit my new hydraulic handbrake while it's in on the ramp as well. I'm waiting on a deep dish steering wheel to come. I'm hoping that'll come this morning. It was meant to be here yesterday, but potentially it'll come here this morning with Royal Mail. And yeah, maybe fit my bucket seat. I've got two bucket seats in my touring. I'm obviously not using it at the moment, so I'll potentially take the passenger one out and stick that in my driver's side. Yeah, so that's the plan. Let me move some cars around and get it in on the ramp. Yeah, before I move these, just have a look at the E36 saloon. I think it's like a Huxley kit, I'm assuming, on rotors. It's got an M52 TU in it, so you need 46. 2.5 engine. It's fully stripped out, bucket seat, harness bar. It's in for an inspection and potentially some welding. Get it on the ramp and have a look at that. If you want to see any videos on that, put a comment and maybe I'll do some on it. And then I've got this, which I'll probably do some videos on in the future once I decide on what I'm doing with it. It's a 328 coupe individual sport. It's got like heated electric seats, or just heated seats, sorry. Black headlining, Harman Kardon sound system. It's a genuine 328 sport as well, and an individual. Does need some work though. It was cheap for a reason, so the actual car itself is really solid, except for the front passenger side, inner wing and stuff like that needs a lot of attention. So, but yeah, I might bring you some videos on this in the future maybe. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Not sure if you can hear it on camera. If I put my foot on it, it goes away. It's a bit of like a jingly noise. If you can't see it, or if you can't hear it, focus, you can definitely see it. Yes, I just need to sort that out. I'll put a big washer on it like the other one. Yeah, so that's the jingling noise. So I'll sort it out first, and then I'm going to get the centre console removed again and fit my hydraulic handbrake. Yeah, so it's just this bracket. That bolt hasn't got enough thread on it, so I'll swap that for another one now. Yeah, so it's this bracket on the exhaust. Just need to replace the bolt. It's just able to move around. Watch this idiot now when he gets out.
Oh, you know, calling me down the car.
What?
I got this. It's a blanket because I can't put a jumper on. Just in case I get cold.
Idiot. Right, so I've sorted that mount. No noise now, so I should take away my rattle. Mr. Mantle putting on his fat wheels.
Not a fun job.
Right, so this is the hydro I have in here at the minute. The cylinder on this just didn't work, just locked the back brakes on. So take this out, I'll get the centre console out, get this one off. I have welded it to the plate. I didn't think I'd be removing it so soon, so I need to cut it off the plate. I'll show you the new one and I'll get that installed. Right, so I'm regretting the decision to have welded this in because I put 2 bolts in the front here. They're fine. But the back plate, I don't know if you can see under there, I welded it on. And I welded the hydro to the plate as well, which is a pain in the arse. So I'll have to cut it off. Probably easier to cut this off than it is to make a new plate, so let's do that. Right, so this is where I've welded this damn plate to the car. Cut that one off easy enough, but I've welded it along this bracket. I need to keep that bracket. And as you see, I welded the hydro to the plate as well, so it's probably easier to try cut these off. Maybe cut the top of that off and weld it back on. Likes cleaning his car more than doing anything with it.
Fucking bird shit all over it.
What?
You said I got wheels that I can put on there.
What?
You've got wheels I can put on the 36 if I take the wheels off it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You look fucking tired, mate. You need to go home and go to bed.
I'm really tired. I haven't been to sleep in about 420 hours.
You're thinking about drifting too much. Right. Good night.
Good night.
Right, so this is the awkward part. I kind of want to keep this because that's where the centre console bolts in. Or do I try to cut the handbrake off? No, because I can not get to the other side. So, why did you weld this on, Gary? Why did you weld this on? Get that pipe out of the way. Never going to work without that plugged in. Probably going to have to just cut this off and put it back on. Have to weld that back onto the top, just to give me access to cut down onto this, otherwise I can't get to the weld really. Okay, so this is the hydro I have. It's one of them ones that unscrews. But like it's a reverse pull one as well, so this will face the front of the car. So it just makes it a bit more awkward to fit. Right, so I'm going to see about getting this fitted in. Hopefully that plate will be alright. As I said, it's like a reverse pull one. So this cylinder points towards the front of the car rather than the back. So there's not as much room. It needs to go in under the centre console, under the dash really. Yeah, so let's see where it goes. Right, I was going to drill this onto the plate, but where I need to put it, I won't have anywhere for bolts underneath it. So I'm just going to weld it on like I done with the last one, and fingers crossed I shouldn't have to remove it again. Right, that's solid in here. It's bolted in at the front, so that should be fine. Right, so bracket is back in. We'll just tack this plate twice at the back, and then it's bolted in. I just welded the nuts on this side so they drop down, and it bolts in. Handbrake is in place. I just got to plumb it in now. I said the lines are already here from the previous handbrake, so I just need to unjoin this and get them attached. Might be pretty awkward. Look in here. If you can see in there with a torch, where the can we get in? I don't know if you can see in there, but that's the one of the points for where the hydro line goes in. So it's pretty tight. Yeah, so plate is in, hydro is in. I've just tacked the hydro to the plate, just in a few spots, but it's nice and solid. The plate is in nice and solid, there's no movement in it whatsoever. Now I just need to plumb in these 2 hydro lines. As you can see, it's fairly tight on the rear port of this hydro, so hopefully I can get onto it now. Yeah, so I'll plumb this in and bleed the brakes, and hopefully this hydro works decent. Yeah, so when I originally plumbed in the hydro, I plumbed it in, and it just the cylinder wasn't working, so I had to just bridge the lines. So hopefully now, I think one of these ends will go straight onto the end I've put into the hydro, so the front of this going to the rear of this rear of this cylinder, so this one, and then the back one then. Back one I should be able to just make use of this bit and this bit and just screw that straight into the cylinder. So yeah, let me have a look at that. Right, so rather than make a mess with these brake lines and have fluid leaking inside the car, I'm seeing this on Matt Armstrong's channel. If you push the brake down, hold it down when you undo your lines, you just need to put a cloth around the lines when you undo them at first, because they are pressurised, some fluid will come out. But once that initial fluid comes out, no more will leak out while the brake system is under pressure. So I'm just going to get a shorter piece of wood so I can put it against the seat and push the pedal down, and then I can disconnect these lines. Right. So got a shorter piece of wood, and that one's a bit too short. Just get another bit to add on. Right, it's hard doing this bit while holding the camera in my hand. So there you go, piece of wood against the seat on the brake pedal, and when I open these, as I said, they will squirt out initially, so just watch your eyes, put a cloth over them, but once they squirt out initially they shouldn't come out anymore. So let me show you. Yeah, so stick a rag on it. I think they're 13s, yep, and an 11. So as I said, like an initial squirt. There you go. So them lines are under pressure now, and yeah, nothing's coming out. Makes it for a much tidier job. Right, so then we got this one, which is the front line from the hydro. I need to get that onto the back of this. This is from the front. This is from the front of the car. This needs to go to the back of the hydro. So let's see. Don't have much room. Let me see what I can do. Oh, I think I got the threads, which is a bonus. Yeah, so that's where the brake end is in there, going into the cylinder. Bit of a pain to get to. But yeah, it's in there and it's tight now, so let's get the other side on. Well, the other side should be a lot more straightforward. So this end will go straight into the other side now. So I just had to remake that piece, this end and this end are slightly different for focuses. Slightly different threads, so I just needed to put this one on for the hydro, so it should work now. Right, so just plumbed it in like that for now, because I didn't have any end for this to go straight on like I did in the old hydro, so I've just joined a bit on. Yeah, so I plumbed in. I'm going to bleed it before I put a centre console in, just in case it's leaking or anything. Alright, so hydro. So hydro's installed in a nice position right beside the steering wheel where I want it. Plate and everything's mounted, it's nice and solid, that doesn't move, and it's a nicer height than the last one as well, easier to reach. Not in any way the gear stick or anything like that, so close enough to fifth, but it's alright. I'm going to put a chassis mount in it anyway, so it'll be shorter again. Yeah, so I put just the centre console back in, just so I can have my armrest at the moment. The gear sticks around and stuff, I need a new one. But just looking at the one I currently have, that I've already chopped up for a different handbrake. This is already potentially too high to really hide it. I think potentially this would have to be dropped down to really make a full stealth one, where you couldn't see anything and just leave like a hole for this to screw in and out of. I suppose I'm not too bothered about that. Really, I only purchased this handbrake because I needed a slave cylinder and this was cheap, so yeah, if I can make it stealthy I will. If it's going to take too much time, I can't be bothered. But yeah, so that's in. I'm going to go and test, make sure it works now. Bled it, doesn't seem to be any air in it anyway, so seems alright. Yeah, alright, so yeah, hydro's in, exhaust is sorted, steering wheel didn't turn up, hopefully that'll turn up Monday or Tuesday, I'll get that fitted. Bucket seat, I'll get that in as well. It's about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon now and I fancy going home. I didn't do much this morning, had lots of people call around, like happens every Saturday morning, so yeah. Next on the list, steering wheel when that arrives, fit my bucket seat, chassis mount shifter, and then it should be pretty much how I want it really. Potentially over fenders, I was looking at over fenders last night. I don't like the arches that are on the back, they look terrible. They're really just tied in cut arches because of how rusty they were, and they were cheap at the time. Yeah, so potentially over fenders front and rear, so I can lower back down again and get it stance nice and tidy it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more presentable anyway. Yeah, so centre console, whether I can get that in or not I don't know. As I said, I won't spend too much time on it. As long as the hydro works, that's all that matters. Yeah, if I end the episode here, thanks for watching. Potentially I may fit a bucket seat and a steering wheel if it comes in the next couple of days, but if not, see you next time.